Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share with you a perspective that might challenge conventional thinking. We are often told that relationships are the pinnacle of happiness and fulfillment, but what if I told you that living alone in its simplicity and solitude could actually offer more growth, peace, and joy than any relationship ever could? Let's start by considering the freedom that comes with living alone. When you live on your own, there is a unique kind of freedom that's hard to replicate. You aren't constrained by anyone else's expectations, opinions, or needs. You define your own life. Every decision, big or small, is yours to make. No compromises, no negotiations. Just the freedom to live exactly the way you want to. You have the space to explore what truly matters to you and align your life with your personal values. But with that freedom comes something even more powerful: personal growth. When you live alone, you create the perfect environment to develop yourself. There's no one else to consider, no distractions, and no need to divide your attention. This is your time. Time to focus on your passions, your ambitions, and most importantly, your mental and emotional well-being. Living alone gives you the space to fully explore who you are and who you want to become. You become the best version of yourself. This leads me to independence, one of the greatest gifts you gain from living alone. There's a certain empowerment that comes with handling every aspect of your life without relying on anyone else. From making decisions to solving problems, you become self-sufficient in ways that build your confidence and your ability to face challenges head-on. You learn to trust yourself and build a deep sense of self-reliance, knowing that you are capable of managing your own life. And then there's the gift of self-reflection. The solitude of living alone offers the space for deep introspection. You have the time and quiet to confront your own thoughts, emotions, and desires. Without the constant influence of another person, you can truly understand who you are and what you need. This clarity helps you make decisions that align with your authentic self, and it enhances your relationships in the future because you will know yourself in ways that make those connections more meaningful and real. Of course, we cannot forget the peace that comes from living alone. In a world full of noise, living alone offers a sanctuary. Your home becomes your refuge, your place of calm. There are no arguments, no disagreements. No need to adjust to another person's mood or energy. It's a space where you can recharge, reset, and find peace. This inner peace helps you stay grounded and balanced, no matter what's happening outside your door. Lastly, perhaps the most valuable gift of all is control over your time. Time is one of the most precious things we have, and when you live alone, you gain complete autonomy over how you spend it. There's no need to align your schedule with someone else's or feel guilty about choosing to be alone. You control your own pace, your own priorities, and your own plans. It's a luxury that many people overlook, yet it holds the power to transform your life. Living alone isn't about isolation or loneliness. It's about embracing the opportunity to know yourself better, to grow, to find peace, and to live life on your own terms. It's about creating a life that is fully yours, one that reflects your true self, your dreams, and your ambitions. In the end, relationships can be beautiful and fulfilling. But before we can fully appreciate and nurture those connections, we need to first learn to live well with ourselves. Living alone isn't just about solitude. It's about finding strength, clarity, and joy in our own company. It is, in many ways, the most rewarding relationship we will ever have. Living alone offers a rare kind of freedom, the freedom to define yourself in ways that are often difficult to achieve when you're living with others. In a relationship, whether with family, friends, or a romantic partner, there is always a balancing act. There are compromises to make, adjustments to be made, and the ever-present influence of others' desires, opinions, and expectations. But when you live alone, you are free from all of that. The only person you need to answer to is yourself. This freedom is not just about having the ability to make decisions on your own. It's about creating a life that truly reflects who you are, without the influence or approval of anyone else. In a shared living space, there is always the pressure to adapt, whether that means changing your habits to accommodate someone else's or conforming to the needs and desires of another person. When you live alone, however, you no longer need to compromise on what you want or how you want to live. You define your own life, and for the first time, you can take full ownership. Think about the small things that we often overlook in day-to-day life. The way we arrange our living space, the meals we cook, the music we listen to, the shows we watch, or even the time we wake up in the morning. When we share a space with someone, these everyday choices can become areas of negotiation. You might find yourself accommodating someone else's preferences, even if they're different from your own, simply because you care about maintaining harmony in the relationship. You might avoid playing your favorite music because your roommate dislikes it, or you might compromise on the interior decor because your partner prefers a different aesthetic. These adjustments, while seemingly small, add up over time and begin to shape the way we live and experience our world. When you live alone, however, every detail is yours to decide. You create your own atmosphere, one that reflects who you are, what you value, and what you want to experience. You are free to build a space that serves as a true expression of your personality and preferences. The absence of someone else's influence allows you to fully embrace your individuality. There is no need to second-guess yourself or conform to anyone else's vision. Every decision is an opportunity for you to carve out your own identity, from the way you decorate your home to the way you spend your time. You have full control, and it's an incredibly empowering feeling. Moreover, living alone allows you to connect with yourself in a way that is often impossible in a relationship. When you're living with someone else, it's easy to get lost in their world and lose sight of your own needs, desires, and aspirations. The focus often shifts to the relationship itself, and it can be hard to find the space to check in with yourself. Living alone offers the quiet moments and solitude necessary to tune into your inner voice. Without external distractions, you have the time and mental clarity to truly understand who you are, what drives you, and what you want from life. This self-awareness is essential in all areas of life. It helps you make decisions that are aligned with your true values and ensures that you are living a life that is authentically yours. Living alone also gives you the freedom to grow without the constant influence of others. You are no longer confined by someone else's expectations or perceptions of you. You have the opportunity to evolve, change, and reinvent yourself without fear of judgment. If you want to take up a new hobby, change your career, or adopt a new way of thinking, you don't have to worry about how it will impact others. You are free to explore all of your interests and passions, and you can do so without the pressure of anyone else's agenda. This sense of freedom is crucial for personal growth. It allows you to step outside of your comfort zone and challenge yourself without hesitation. Ultimately, living alone gives you the space to fully define who you are, not just in terms of your actions, but in terms of your identity. It allows you to step away from the external influences of others and rediscover what makes you unique. Without the need to conform to anyone else's expectations, you are free to build a life that is entirely yours, one that reflects your true self and your authentic desires. In a world that often pushes us to fit into predefined molds, living alone offers the rare opportunity to break free and shape your life according to your own vision. Living alone provides an unparalleled space for personal growth, allowing you to evolve in ways that are often impossible when sharing your life with others. In a shared living situation, there is a constant, you need to consider others' needs, schedules, and preferences, which can limit the time and energy you have to focus on your own growth. When you live alone, however, you gain complete autonomy over your environment. One of the most powerful aspects of living alone is the ability to dedicate time and energy to yourself without distraction. In relationships, whether romantic, familial, or with friends, there is often an unspoken expectation that time together should be prioritized. This can lead to sacrificing your own interests, needs, and goals in favor of spending time with others. When you live alone, you no longer have to navigate these compromises. You can allocate your time entirely to your personal development without feeling guilty for pursuing your own interests or ambitions. Whether it's diving into a new hobby, reading, or working toward career goals, you have the luxury of focusing on what truly matters to you. This sense of autonomy over your time also means you have the space to develop a deeper understanding of yourself. Living alone offers a quiet and uninterrupted environment that encourages reflection. Without the noise of another person's voice or the pull of their opinions, you can more easily tune into your own thoughts, emotions, and desires. This time for self-reflection allows you to understand who you are at your core, your values, your motivations, and your true aspirations. This awareness is essential for personal growth as it provides a strong foundation from which to build a more fulfilling and authentic life. You can explore your inner world, identify areas of improvement, and set intentions that are in alignment with your true self. Living alone also teaches you how to take ownership of your life. When you're the only person in the house, every decision falls to you, from the mundane to the significant. Whether it's managing your finances, planning your day, or dealing with unexpected challenges, you learn to navigate life on your own terms. This sense of responsibility is crucial for personal growth because it builds confidence. You realize that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. You may make mistakes along the way, but those mistakes become valuable learning experiences. You learn how to adapt, problem solve, and trust your own judgment. The more you practice making decisions and taking ownership of your life, the more you grow as an individual. Another important aspect of living alone is the freedom to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Without the safety net of a partner or roommate to fall back on, you are more likely to take risks and embrace new challenges. Whether it's trying a new fitness routine, taking a solo trip, or embarking on a new career path, living alone encourages you to step into the unknown. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone when you're part of a relationship because there's a tendency to rely on the other person for support and guidance. But when you live alone, you are forced to trust your instincts and grow in ways that challenge you. This is how you build resilience, confidence, and a sense of accomplishment. You learn that you are more capable than you may have realized, and each new challenge you face becomes an opportunity for personal growth. The solitude that comes with living alone also allows you to prioritize your well-being in a way that might not be possible when you're constantly adjusting to someone else's needs. You have the time to focus on your physical health, mental well-being, and emotional balance. You can set your own routines, whether that's committing to a regular workout schedule, practicing mindfulness, or simply getting enough rest. This consistent attention to your well-being allows you to grow stronger, both mentally and physically, creating a foundation of self-care that will sustain you in all areas of life. Living alone doesn't mean living in isolation. Rather, it offers the freedom and space to grow at your own pace. It allows you to create a life that reflects your personal ambitions and values. You are not bound by the influence of others. Instead, you are empowered to shape your own destiny. The time, autonomy, and space to focus on your own personal growth can be transformative, unlocking new potentials, helping you become the person you've always wanted to be. Living alone is not just about solitude. It's about creating a life that truly belongs to you and growing into the best version of yourself. Living alone is one of the most profound ways to master independence. When you are the sole occupant of your space, you are responsible for every aspect of your life, from mundane tasks to major life decisions. There is no one else to rely on or consult with constantly, which means you learn to handle situations on your own and develop a deep sense of self-sufficiency. Mastering independence through living alone isn't just about being able to take care of yourself physically, it's also about emotional resilience, decision-making, and cultivating a mindset of self-reliance that carries over into all areas of your life. One of the most immediate and tangible ways that living alone fosters independence is by forcing you to take responsibility for everything. Whether it's paying bills, doing your own laundry, cooking your meals, or fixing a broken appliance, these tasks all fall to you. You can't pass off the responsibility to someone else, which means you quickly develop problem-solving skills and a sense of accountability for your actions. There's no one else to pick up the slack or handle tasks for you, so you learn how to manage everything yourself. While this may seem overwhelming at first, it ultimately leads to a stronger sense of self-confidence. You prove to yourself that you can handle the challenges of daily life without relying on others, which builds your confidence in your ability to manage more complex situations. In addition to practical skills, living alone encourages emotional independence. Relationships, whether romantic or familial, often come with emotional interdependence. You rely on others for support, validation, or emotional comfort. When you live alone, however, you learn to be emotionally self-sufficient. You face challenges, setbacks, and moments of loneliness without anyone else to lean on for comfort. While this may initially seem daunting, it's an opportunity for growth. You learn to process your emotions independently, to comfort yourself in times of distress, and to find strength within yourself rather than seeking it externally. This emotional resilience is essential for personal development, as it helps you navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and composure. Over time, you come to realize that you are capable of managing your emotional well-being without being dependent on others. Another key aspect of independence that comes with living alone is the freedom to make decisions solely based on your own needs and desires. In relationships, there is often an element of compromise. You may have to consider another person's needs, preferences, or opinions before making decisions, whether it's about where to live, what to eat, or how to spend your time. When you live alone, however, every decision is yours to make. You don't have to consult anyone else or make compromises to accommodate another person's desires. Whether it's choosing a career path, setting a personal goal, or deciding how to spend your free time, you have the freedom to make decisions that are in alignment with your own values without feeling the pressure of external influence. This sense of autonomy allows you to fully embrace your own vision for your life, which is empowering and can lead to a deeper sense of fulfillment. Moreover, living alone gives you the opportunity to become more resourceful. Since you are the only one responsible for handling problems and challenges, you quickly develop the ability to solve issues independently. Whether it's troubleshooting a home repair, managing your finances, or navigating a difficult personal situation, living alone forces you to become resourceful and creative in finding solutions. You learn to rely on your own ingenuity, research, and initiative rather than waiting for someone else to step in. This self-reliance builds resilience because you come to understand that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. The more you handle situations on your own, the more you realize how much you can accomplish without the need for external help. Living alone also teaches you how to prioritize your own needs and desires. In relationships, it's easy to put someone else's needs first, sometimes to the detriment of your own well-being. When you live alone, you must learn how to balance your own needs with the demands of daily life. You get to decide when to rest, when to push yourself, and when to take time for self-care. You realize that you are the most important person in your own life, and in order to be the best version of yourself for others, you need to take care of yourself first. This sense of self-prioritization fosters a greater understanding of your own boundaries and limits, helping you develop a stronger sense of self-respect. Finally, living alone allows you to cultivate a strong sense of identity and self-worth. When you don't have the support of others, you learn to validate yourself and your own accomplishments. You begin to realize that your worth is not tied to anyone else's opinion or approval. You can take pride in your ability to navigate life independently and accomplish goals without external validation. This sense of self-assurance is one of the greatest gifts of living alone because it allows you to stand strong in who you are no matter what challenges or uncertainties you may face. Living alone isn't about isolation. It's about embracing the opportunity to master independence. It teaches you to handle the complexities of life on your own terms, build emotional resilience, and make decisions that reflect your authentic self. As you develop the skills of self-reliance, you become more confident, resourceful, and empowered in all areas of your life. The independence you gain from living alone is not just a skill. It's a mindset that shapes your approach to challenges, relationships, and the way you experience the world. Living alone provides the perfect environment for self-reflection and emotional clarity. In our fast-paced, often chaotic world, it can be difficult to find the time and space to truly check in with us. When we live with others, even if they are well-intentioned, their presence can create a constant stream of distractions, expectations, and influences that make it hard to tune into our own thoughts and emotions. However, when you live alone, you are gifted with the silence and solitude needed to confront your inner world in a meaningful way. The stillness of being alone invites you to reflect on who you are, what you truly want, and how you feel without external pressures or judgments. One of the most significant benefits of living alone is the ability to hear your own thoughts without interruption. In relationships, whether with family, friends, or a partner, there is often a natural tendency to adjust ourselves to accommodate others. This can lead to a life where our true feelings or desires are buried beneath the surface because we are too focused on fulfilling the needs of others. When we are alone, there is no one else to consider, no one to distract us, and no one to make demands on our time and energy. This allows us the space to sit with ourselves and truly listen to what's going on internally. Are we happy? Are we satisfied with our lives? Are there areas where we feel unfulfilled or disconnected? These are questions that often go unaddressed when we're constantly surrounded by other people, but living alone allows us to engage with these questions on a deep, meaningful level. Living alone also promotes emotional clarity because it forces us to face our emotions head on. When we are surrounded by others, we may have a tendency to suppress or avoid uncomfortable emotions in order to maintain peace or avoid conflict. However, when you are alone, there is no external distraction or influence, which means you have to confront whether you are experiencing sadness, joy, frustration, or excitement. Living alone offers the opportunity to fully experience your emotions without judgment or interference. This process of confronting our emotions is crucial because it allows us to understand them better. Instead of reacting impulsively or pushing emotions aside, we can take the time to process what we're feeling, why we're feeling it, and how we can address it in a healthy way. This emotional clarity is also vital for making better decisions in all aspects of life. When we are constantly influenced by others, whether through their opinions or their desires, it can be difficult to hear our own voice and trust our instincts. Living alone enables us to reconnect with our inner wisdom and intuition, which guides us toward decisions that are authentic to who we are. We begin to understand that our emotions and gut feelings are powerful indicators of what is best for us, and we learn to trust them more. For example, in relationships, living alone gives us the space to reflect on what we truly want in a partnership without the pressure of outside opinions or expectations. In career decisions, we can reflect on whether we are pursuing work that aligns with our passions and values. And these decisions, when made with clarity, lead to a more fulfilling and authentic life. In addition to emotional clarity, self-reflection during times of solitude helps us cultivate self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It's the ability to recognize and understand our own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. Living alone allows us to see ourselves more clearly because we are free from the influence of others' perspectives. We can recognize patterns in our thinking, acknowledge the ways in which we may be holding ourselves back, and take active steps toward improving our mental and emotional well-being. The space to reflect gives us the opportunity to grow into the person we want to be, without the external pressures that often come with being in relationships. When we reflect on our lives, we are also able to identify areas where we need to heal. Being alone often brings up old wounds or unresolved issues that we might have been too busy to address before. While this may feel uncomfortable, it's also an incredibly powerful opportunity for growth. When we allow ourselves the time and space to heal from past experiences, we become better equipped to handle future challenges with emotional resilience. And so living alone provides the ideal environment for this kind of healing because it gives us the necessary space to process these emotions at our own pace, without judgment or external expectations. Moreover, self-reflection and emotional clarity allow us to cultivate a sense of peace and acceptance. When we understand our emotions and learn to accept them, we develop a more balanced, peaceful state of mind. Living alone teaches us how to be at peace with ourselves, without needing the validation or reassurance of others. We learn to embrace both our strengths and weaknesses, and we accept that we are works in progress. And the words that run through my mind multiple times: until you reach the base of every hill, you will be like the sun who shines no more bright. This self-acceptance is key to living a more fulfilling life, as it enables us to stop seeking external approval and start living authentically. Living alone, then, offers more than just solitude. It offers the opportunity for profound self-reflection, emotional clarity, and personal growth. It allows us the space to confront our emotions, understand ourselves more deeply, and make decisions that are aligned with our true selves. The emotional clarity gained through living alone creates a foundation for a healthier, more balanced life, free from the distractions and external influences that often cloud our judgment. It is in this space of quiet reflection that we learn who we truly are and how we can become the best version of ourselves. Living alone offers a unique opportunity to create a peaceful environment, one that is entirely your own, free from the distractions and chaos that often come with sharing space with others. In a world that is constantly in motion, filled with noise and demands, the peace that comes with living alone is a luxury that many people overlook. When you live alone, you have the ability to shape your space, to foster tranquility, to curate an atmosphere that nurtures your well-being and provides a sense of calm in the midst of a hectic world. One of the most immediate benefits of living alone is the quiet. Without the presence of others, there is no need to contend with conversations, background noise, or interruptions. The absence of noise creates an environment where you can truly hear yourself think, allowing for a sense of mental clarity that's difficult to achieve when you're constantly surrounded by the sounds and movements of others. This quiet can be incredibly soothing, offering a reprieve from the overstimulation that many of us experience on a daily basis. In this peaceful environment, you can engage in activities like reading, meditation, or deep reflection without being distracted by the needs or voices of others. This quietness is more than just the absence of noise. It's also a physical space where you can escape from the stressors and pressures of daily life. When you live with others, you may find yourself constantly adjusting to their routines, managing conflicts, or simply dealing with the emotional energy that comes from being around other people. When you live alone, you are no longer responsible for navigating the dynamics of another person's needs, moods, or schedules. So to the degree that you need peace and want to try this quiet you get yourself into, your space becomes a sanctuary, a place where you can retreat to recharge, relax, and find peace. The absence of interpersonal demands allows you to rest deeply, both physically and emotionally, because you are no longer expending energy on maintaining relationships or meeting the expectations of others. Living alone also gives you the freedom to create an environment that directly supports your peace of mind. Without the need to consider someone else's tastes or preferences, you can decorate and arrange your home in a way that promotes relaxation and calm. Whether it's choosing soft lighting, adding comforting scents through candles or essential oils, or creating a cozy reading nook, you have complete control over your environment. You can choose the colors, textures, and items that make you feel grounded and peaceful, whether that's through minimalist design, calming tones, or the inclusion of elements from nature. You can tailor your space to align with your personal sense of peace, which is not always possible when living with others who have different preferences. In addition to creating a peaceful atmosphere within your living space, living alone also provides the freedom to establish peaceful routine. When you're not constantly adapting to someone else's schedule, you can create a rhythm for your day that works best for you. Whether that's waking up early for a morning walk, setting aside time for meditation or reflection, or enjoying a leisurely breakfast without distractions, living alone allows you to prioritize activities that bring you inner peace. You can choose how to spend your time without worrying about the needs or schedules of others, which can reduce feelings of overwhelm or stress. These peaceful routines contribute to a sense of stability and calm that can be hard to maintain in more chaotic living situations. Another key element of a peaceful environment is the freedom to embrace solitude without guilt. In shared living spaces, there can often be an unspoken pressure to be social or available to others, even when you need time to yourself. However, when you live alone, you can embrace solitude without any sense of obligation. There is no pressure to entertain, engage, or make small talk, allowing you to fully enjoy your own company. This solitude is not loneliness. Rather, it's an opportunity to recharge, reflect, and reconnect with yourself. You can engage in activities that nourish your mind and spirit, whether that's journaling, practicing a hobby, or simply enjoying the quiet, without feeling like you need to explain or justify your need for space. The freedom to choose when and how you interact with others creates an environment of peace, as it allows you to maintain healthy boundaries and focus on your own well-being. Living alone also reduces the potential for conflict, which can often disturb the peace of a shared living situation. Even the most harmonious relationships require communication and compromise. And while this is part of what makes a relationship meaningful, it can also introduce tension, misunderstandings, or disagreements. Living alone eliminates the potential for such conflicts, creating a calm and steady environment where there is no external emotional turmoil to manage. Without the stress of navigating relationships in a shared space, you can focus solely on your own emotional well-being, cultivating a sense of peace that permeates every aspect of your life. Living alone offers one of the greatest luxuries in life: complete control over your time. In a world where schedules are often dictated by the needs of others, whether it's family, a partner, or roommates, the ability to decide how to structure your day is invaluable. Pierre asked, whose desire would you want to be your partner? This level of autonomy allows for greater productivity, personal fulfillment, and an overall sense of peace. Without the compromises and interruptions that come with shared living, you can design a lifestyle that aligns with your personal goals, preferences, and energy levels. One of the most immediate benefits of having control over your time is the ability to create a routine that works best for you. When living with others, there's often a need to adjust to their schedules, whether it's waking up at a certain time, coordinating meal times, or managing shared responsibilities. However, when you live alone, you are the sole architect of your daily schedule. If you're a morning person, you can wake up early and start your day in peace. If you thrive at night, you can work late into the evening without worrying about disturbing anyone. The ability to structure your time around your own natural rhythms leads to increased efficiency and satisfaction, as you can align your schedule with when you feel most energized and focused. Beyond creating a routine, living alone also allows for complete flexibility in how you spend your free time. You are not obligated to participate in activities or social events out of courtesy or compromise. You can choose to spend your evenings reading, working on a passion project, exercising, or simply relaxing without explanation. If you suddenly decide to take a weekend trip or change your plans at the last minute, there's no need to consult or accommodate anyone else. This level of spontaneity adds a sense of excitement and freedom to life, allowing you to embrace new experiences without logistical challenges. Another major advantage of having control over your time is the ability to focus deeply on your personal and professional goals. In shared living situations, distractions are inevitable, whether it's casual conversations, shared responsibilities, or noise that disrupts concentration. Living alone eliminates these external interruptions, giving you the space to fully immerse yourself in your work, studies, or creative pursuits. You can dedicate long, uninterrupted periods to deep work, which leads to greater productivity and the ability to accomplish tasks more efficiently. Whether you are working on a major project, learning a new skill, or building a business, the ability to control your time ensures that you can devote your energy to what truly matters to you. This control also extends to self-care and well-being. When living with others, it's easy to neglect personal needs in order to accommodate shared schedules or social obligations. However, when you live alone, you can prioritize self-care in a way that suits you best. You can take breaks when needed, cook meals that align with your preferences, and establish wellness routines that enhance your physical and mental health. Whether it's meditating in the morning, exercising at odd hours, or taking an afternoon nap without judgment, you have the freedom to listen to your body and respond accordingly. This leads to a healthier and more balanced lifestyle, as you are not constantly adjusting your habits to fit someone else's schedule. Living alone also means that you are in complete control of your downtime. In shared living situations, there's often an unspoken pressure to be social or engage in group activities, even when you may need solitude. When you live alone, there is no obligation to entertain or interact when you don't feel like it. You can spend your time however you choose, whether that's binge watching a show, working on a hobby, or simply enjoying a quiet evening without interruptions. This autonomy allows you to recharge in the way that works best for you without external expectations or demands on your time. Additionally, having control over your time fosters self-discipline and accountability. When living with others, it's easy to rely on external structures, such as household routines or shared commitments to keep you on track. However, when you live alone, you are responsible for managing your own time effectively. This teaches valuable skills in self-motivation, time management, and prioritization. You learn to set goals, create schedules, and hold yourself accountable for completing tasks. Over time, this ability to manage your time independently leads to greater confidence and self-sufficiency. Another important benefit of living alone is the ability to set and enforce your own boundaries. In shared living arrangements, boundaries can often be blurred, whether it's interruptions during personal time or differing expectations around household responsibilities. When you live alone, you have full control over when and how you engage with others. You decide when to answer calls, when to host guests, and when to retreat into solitude. This ability to manage social interactions on your own terms reduces stress and allows for a greater sense of personal autonomy. Perhaps most importantly, controlling your own time leads to a greater sense of fulfillment. When you are not constantly compromising or adjusting to others, you have the freedom to design a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. You can invest your time in what truly matters to you, whether that's career growth, personal development, relationships, or simply enjoying life at your own pace. The ability to make intentional choices about how you spend your time leads to a more meaningful and satisfying life. Ultimately, living alone grants you the rare and valuable gift of complete control over your time. This autonomy allows you to create a lifestyle that supports your personal and professional goals, enhances your well-being, and provides a sense of peace and fulfillment. Without the need to compromise or adjust to others, you can fully embrace the freedom to design your life on your own terms.